It's official, baby.
Yeah, we in here.
We up in this bitch.
What's up, guys? You ready to get right into it?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah?
Let's get
All
it.
right. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Midwest Slamcast. I'm your host, Ryan Bretsch, and today I have Dillon James Hare on the pod.
Yes, sir.
Woo! What's up, man? Thanks for
not
coming
much,
on.
man. Of course, dude. Thanks for having me. It's a fucking vibe down here.
Yeah.
I've been saying it since I got down here. They were probably sick of me saying it, but it's fucking sick.
No, we try. We try to make it cool.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
comfy as hell. It feels good.
Feel like for being sheets.
Yeah, true.
It kind of pulls off a nice backdrop.
Dude, yeah, it really does. It's nice. Like, I imagine this room being, like, fucking massive when I, like, watched your
There's, like, a
pod.
whole other section over there.
Oh, that's sick. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So, I mean, this is like, I've talked to you like a little bit in passing, but this is kind of like the first time we're really getting to talk. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna spend the whole podcast talking about music. So,
Fuck yeah.
But I'm curious, like, what kind of hobbies you have outside of music?
Honestly, not much.
Really?
Yeah, me and my girlfriend like to travel a lot. I've got friends, obviously, like in Illinois, all the way out here and stuff, like pretty much everywhere. So we'll travel a lot there. I play Baldur's Gate every week with my buddy Nick. Shout out Nick. I don't think he's going to watch this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So it's just kind of like that, like video games, stereotypical shit. Nothing too crazy other than music. So
Baldur's Gate is your favorite game?
Right now it is, yeah. I don't know. We've gotten like, I think we're 60 hours in one playthrough and like 10 hours in another one. Like it's just
See,
great.
The thing that kind of turns me off, I'm huge into like RPGs and stuff.
Mhm.
Like I'm big into like Elden Ring and like Skyrim. Like I legit have a Skyrim tattoo.
Oh, that's rad, dude. Hell yeah.
I think it says it's like the iron helmet.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
it says what does it say? Sky above, voice within. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's rad as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's rad.
But yeah, fuck yeah. I just was never able to get really into the turn-based thing.
Yeah, dude. It took me a long time,
Yeah.
like, to get used to it because I was not used to it at all. But it's like I started playing like Marvel's Midnight Suns. It's a turn-based RPG, like XCOM, shit like that. And honestly, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get it, you know. And then the story is just so crazy that it just kind of makes up for the lack of like whatever action combat you kind of get. But it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I've heard Baldur's Gate was like one of the best games ever type beat.
It's fantastic, dude. It's so good. Done so much shit in there, dude. It's ridiculous. Like my buddy has literally beaten the game 4 times, and he's like, "Yeah, I found this new thing out." Like, how the fuck do you find something new, bro?
Isn't it like a super long playthrough too?
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. There's like 3 acts. Act 1 was pretty quick. Act 2 took us forever because we did fucking everything. And now we're on Act 3, not even like halfway through it, and we've probably gotten like 10 hours in Act 3 because like all the quests from everywhere else in the game kind of just like shows up.
Mhm.
So it's just like really fucking overwhelming. That's why we started another playthrough because we're doing like the honorable, like good playthrough on our main one, and now we're doing like a really evil one.
Oh hell
And
yeah.
dude, it's
You gotta do the evil playthrough.
oh bro, it's so fucked up. Like I'm this pre-made character called the Dark Urge. Like we call him Dirge, you know,
Mhm.
and he just basically like has separate cutscenes and stuff. Nobody knows why, but like he'll just black out and then he does like this crazy evil shit, and then he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, did I do that?" You know, kind of thing. Like I won't spoil anything like that, but like one part is like a main party member, right? And you can just like find him and just cut off his hand and throw him through a portal. You don't even see it happen. It just goes black, and then it's like, oh my God, what are you doing? And then he's just never in the game again. And it's just like, holy shit, dude.
Damn,
And he's like our most powerful party member in our other playthroughs, so kind of broke my heart, but
Yeah.
I'm not good at evil
a real
playthroughs.
loss.
Yeah, dude, I'm not good at evil playthroughs, man. I'm not good at it.
Dude, it really, like, sometimes, like, even though it's a game, you're
Mhm.
like, oh, man, do I want to be a dick here?
Bro, exactly. That's the whole problem. Is like my evil playthroughs are just like sarcastic. Like
Yeah.
I'll still help you, but I'm gonna be a dick about it. And then
That-
this one's like, I'm gonna kill a whole village. Like, what the fuck?
The easiest game I think to do an evil playthrough on was have you ever played Fable? Like the
Yeah,
original
dude.
Fables?
Yeah.
Like, those were fun to do like an evil playthrough. And then like
Yeah, dude.
when you got evil enough, like the fucking horns started coming
Yeah,
out of your
dude.
head.
I literally played it just for like the armor and the look of it.
Hell
it
yeah.
was a lot of fun. A lot of rewards for it too. That's another thing about Baldur's Gate is like you get a whole different game playing the evil playthrough, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
I think I might have to try it out.
You should. I've
Yeah.
never actually played like real D&D. I've always wanted to, but I've never been able to. So this is like a good starting jumping point for me, I guess.
Is that what it is? Like just a D&D game?
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
didn't
just
even know that.
basically Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
So
shit.
yeah, like everything is a dice roll, but you don't have to like stop what you're doing to do it most of the time. Like constitution checks, all the shit I didn't know existed that apparently does exist. So yeah, basically D&D.
Hell yeah. So I also wanted to ask, did you ever go on one of those Solshade bike rides?
No, dude, I don't have a bike like they do. These dudes are crazy. They're
Dude.
absolute mad lads. Like they all just bought new bikes.
Oh, really?
Like Josh just bought one, Spencer just bought one, Travis just built one. And they all go on these like crazy like 40, 50, 60-mile rides.
I went on a 30-mile one with them.
Oh,
and I
damn,
was
nice.
like,
Oh, was that the one for Josh's birthday? Like a month
I don't
or
think
so
it
ago?
was.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was for his birthday.
Okay.
But it was just like a random like Saturday. Like they were talking about going out, and I was like, well, I think Spencer actually reached out to me because I had talked to him about wanting to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So I just one day decided to drive out there and fucking man, they put me through the fucking ringer.
Yeah, dude, they're fast. They
Dude,
don't. It's not a leisurely ride at all.
No, it's not.
Like,
like it's all uphill basically.
yeah, dude.
They're like sitting at like the top of the hill waiting for me, and I'm just like,
I know, dude. They're just like, oh yeah, it's fine. We do this every week. Yeah, no, I've never gone on because I don't have a bike like that. I have like this e-bike. I'm taking this off. This is distracting me. My ADHD is just bothering me. Everybody's got to have a fidget.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have this like portable folding like electric bike, and it has the smallest tires known to man. So like if I tried to do a full 40, 50 or like mile ride with them, I'd either run out of battery or I'd just be so far back. And I just can't do that when they're, you know, busting their asses, getting the cardio work in, and I'm
Yeah.
just high as fuck, just cruising, you know, like I can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, it was tough for sure, but you know what? It was a cool experience.
Hell yeah, dude. Those guys don't fuck around about their bikes.
No, they do not.
We played at the Rigby a few weeks ago, and I was like, you guys excited for the set? And Spencer's like, I'm excited to be done so I can wake up tomorrow and go biking. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, but yes, I am excited.
Spencer's fucking
I
wild.
fucking love that man.
So, do you do any like solo music at all?
I used to do a lot of rap music, like
Yeah.
SoundCloud and bullshit. That's like where I got the basic knowledge of like vocal tracking from, just like GarageBand and an AT2020 USB mic. I've actually tracked a lot of Dead Awake
Yeah.
songs with that thing. It kind of worked out. But yeah, I used to do like a lot of rap, a little bit of EDM and stuff like that, just because it was easier for me to make. Because I can't really. The only other instrument I've ever really played was drums, and like living in an apartment and stuff, I don't really have the space nor the means to be able to like do that
Mhm.
unless I had like a setup like Josh and Spencer do, or like a setup like you do. So yeah, mainly just rap shit.
Yeah.
Trying to get back into it, yeah.
What were you rapping about?
Oh, dude, a bunch of shit that I knew nothing about. That's another reason why I stopped. I'm like, I'm fucking bitches. My relationship's almost 3 years long in October. It's like, I got so much money. Nope. I'm broke as fuck. Like, I'm driving a Lambo. I'm about to go buy a Buick tomorrow. Like, this, like, dude, it just, like, made no fucking sense. Like, there was no reason, and I had no reason to be doing that at all. So that was another thing.
I mean, it's
stopped,
a
but-
valid starting point though for
Yeah.
like tracking yourself and shit. Though.
Yeah, of course. And it's a lot of fun. I used to like make my own beats and shit, and then it was like free beats from YouTube. And I have a buddy Lares out in Madison that's like making beats for me and stuff now. So kind of more on like the Freddie Dredd side of things. So it like I can talk about shit that I like kind of know, and it can be a little bit heavier, so a little bit more palatable for me. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. It's always been like, I want to do this, and then I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna do that.
Well, you know what? I think you got it.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna try. Fuck it.
Because I mean, I don't know if you could tell me to bleep this out if we or skip this if we need to.
You're
But
fine.
I know you did some rapping on a Surefire song.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't know.
did. I did.
How did that come about?
Oh, dude, it was just weird. Like, I didn't have the part written before I got into the studio, and we recorded with Wags from Airs and Still Stare. And, you know, Joe was already there, and I like to write my parts for features, like, in the studio, especially when somebody's, like, from the band is there with me. So when Joe was there, he gave me, like, the context of the whole thing. Context of the whole thing, and then it just kind of went from there. And me and Tyler, it's so weird calling him Tyler, but me and Tyler have like a really good rapport. He's recorded me a lot. So, you know, he's like starting with No Passenger, and he's doing all the errors, mixing and mastering and recording and stuff. He's doing a great job. But yeah, so we were just bouncing back and forth, and I was like, oh, I should do this. And then he was like, yeah, you should do that. And Joe was like, yeah, do that. So that was pretty much it. He's like, yeah, I got 3 lyrics here that I want you to scream with me, and that's about it. So yeah, it's just a really weird Limp Bizkit ass fucking chocolate starfish type vibe. So
can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. The final mix sounds fucking crazy, dude. I don't know who they worked with, but goddamn.
I remember last time they told me they were going to someone big.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It sounds super massive. So.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So I kind of want to get into like some scene talk.
Yeah.
Some music scene talk.
Let's run it.
So what was your first local show you went to?
My first like actual local show, it was like one of those regional touring shows kind of thing. So it was back when Reflections just released The Fantasy Effect and Born of Osiris, and they were coming to Green Bay, and the only openers were all locals. So it was like this band called Crater. They're still around. And then this band called Erroneous. They're like a tech death metal band. And then Guardians, which I don't know if you know Bud from Lilac and Lotus, their drummer.
I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, he used to be the drummer of Guardians, and like we played our first show. Like I played my first show ever with them, but that was like my first like local show, I would say. Just seeing all the local bands and shit, I was like, oh, wow, there's actually, like, an audience for this. And these people are way better than me. So
when was that?
Oh, this was back in high school. Probably, like, my sophomore year. I was, like, 16, probably. So, yeah, it took me a while to get, like, into the scene and shit. But once I did, I couldn't leave.
My first one was, I think it was North Lane at Miramar, at the Miramar. It was my first, like, do you remember B2?
Yeah.
B2 booking? Yeah, it was one of the first shows I went to for B2.
Damn.
And it was like, I can't even remember who else played, but I just remember it was like a badass show front to back.
Yeah.
I think it was like, do you remember Never Doubt the Worm?
No.
They were like a Milwaukee band, like, back in that time. That was probably like 2012 or 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what? Do you have like any type of story of like your favorite show that you've ever played?
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about this when you sent me that sheet because I have kind of like a tie. One of them was when we opened up for Spite at the Forge. It was like the first time we opened up for Spite, and we were on second and everything. But I got to do like guest vocals with Darius.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even ask. Our guitarist literally was like, hey, our vocalist is a huge fan. Can you do guesties? He's like, yeah, bring him over. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's sick.
Yeah, like Spite headliner tour. It was fucking nuts. So super memorable. There were a ton of people there. It was a fun stage. You know, Forge is a good place. So there was that one just for the fact that I was like playing with Spite. You know, that was cool. And then there was a venue in Green Bay called SV2. I don't know if you ever knew about that. It was like a...
Not too familiar with Green Bay.
Okay, yeah. So it was like this bar and grill music venue kind of thing, but it was one of those like floor stage in the back. All you have is just like the bar on one side and then merch tables and all of those like video gambling things on the other side.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And yeah, we played there. It was our first time. It was my first time playing in Green Bay after I was in my original band way back in the day when I was in high school in Green Bay. So it had been, God, I want to say like 6 or 7 years since I'd played a show there. And the Green Bay scene was like super cutthroat when I first started. It was all a bunch of like, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but it was a lot of like dad rock and like Five Finger Death Punch type shit. And they did it well, you know, but they were all like in their 30s and they were all established and stuff. And then here comes these fucking 14, 15-year-old little shits, just like, you know, playing like Waking the Fallen era metalcore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it was kind of cutthroat. There was a lot of people who were like, yeah, like, I don't know, you guys won't be here long type shit, you know, like kind of backhanded compliments and stuff like that a lot.
That was happening a lot in the Milwaukee scene too.
Yeah. It seems like a Midwest thing. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like it's going away, which is really fucking nice.
Yeah,
I think
I
this
agree.
whole new generation of musicians is really, really helping out, especially the Milwaukee scene. Like you guys, Surefire, Still Stare, it's all just like so positive. It's insane. Something I haven't seen. But yeah, it used to be super cutthroat, and we went back to SV2, and it was like a really solid turnout for the show. Kieran was there, actually. Fun fact.
Hell
Yeah. So
shout out Kieran.
yeah, shout out Kieran, shout out Ayers.
Shout out Ayers. Dude,
Not Slam.
not to get too off topic,
You're
but
fine.
did you see that show Ayers
Yeah,
and,
dude.
and Surefire
Yeah.
opening for Enterprise Earth?
Yeah, at the fucking
At the
rave, dude.
Shout out.
Shout out Surefire, shout out
That's-
Heirs of
That's
Humanity.
September 22nd at the rave. Go to it.
Yeah, you heard it here first. I'll fucking be there.
Dude,
I'm
I'll be there for
definitely
sure.
gonna be there because that's gonna be rad. But yeah, so it was a good turnout and stuff, and I was kind of just like looking around, and I just like a bunch of these kids, like a bunch of people came up and were like, "Hey, dude, I haven't seen you in forever," and I was like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. It's been so long." Like, I remember faces but not names, and I was like, "Yo, where'd you come from?" And like 3 of these kids were like, "Yeah, we opened for you guys a couple of times in Green Bay. Like, we played this like really shitty set, but you guys were like super chill about it." And I was like, "Oh, dude, cool. Like, good to see you." And then, you know, there's the vocalist of one of the bands that told us we weren't going to do anything. And then there's a bassist of another band that told us we weren't going to do anything. And they were coming up to me being like, "Dude, it's good to see you back. Like, you guys killed it. Like, good on you." And I'm like, "Yeah, what are you guys doing? Like, what music are you doing?" They're like, "None. Like, we just basically got jobs and fucked off."
Oh, damn.
And so it sounds kind of arrogant, and I don't mean it to be, but being able to just like leave and then come back with like a better skill set and a better mindset and stuff, and with a better, like, not a better group of guys, but like a genre that I mesh really well into. It was awesome to see like all these people who were like, "Yeah, you guys won't be here long," and then, you know, I'm just standing there and they're telling me it's a good set.
Yeah, it's like a complete 180.
Yeah, and I don't mean that to sound like arrogant, like, "Yeah, I'm the shit," and they know it now. But it just like, it just felt good because there was a lot of times in the Green Bay scene where it just felt like you almost had to have a chip on your shoulder. Like, you almost had to be like a dick to like get on shows. Like, you had to fight for them and stuff like that. When you're at the show, it's cool, but like, you had to like fight for shows because there wasn't a lot there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It just felt good. And everybody was so fucking nice. And, you know, like, time changes everything. Like, everybody was so chill. You know, it was great. So, good memory.
Hell
Good
yeah.
solid memory.
So what about the worst show you've ever played?
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. I got to lean back for this. Fuck. There's actually a couple, dude. The most recent one was the last time we played at the Annex. We were headlining. Everything was fine, but Michael broke a string on his guitar, and he had a new set of strings, right? He broke it first song. That's just what happens with
Oh,
Michael. He
damn.
just does that shit. So he had another set of strings, and he was trying to restring it, but he got too thick of a gauge for his bottom string, so it wouldn't go through the tuning peg. So he's sitting there trying to fuck with it forever. He's yelling at us to stop the backtrack. So we stopped the backtrack, and then Peyton's all fucked up because it's just one 45-minute long backtrack, you know? So we should have just kept playing, in all honesty, but we didn't. And then he ended up having to borrow a guitar from, you know, Divisive, by chance, from Tennessee?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome. They're like Thalcore. So
Oh,
sick.
shit.
They're heavy as fuck. Nicest dudes you'll ever fucking meet. but their guitarist has this crazy, awesome looking ass guitar, and it was an 8-string, and he let Michael borrow it, but it had locking tuners. So every time he went to go like tune it, he like forgot to unlock the tuner to tune it. So it just took forever, and it was just a lot of technical difficulty shit. Like, had a few miscues, like all of us did. It wasn't anybody's specific fault. It's just like starting off on the wrong foot like that really fucked us up for the rest of the show. But we still played the whole thing. They let us finish it out, which was nice. Everybody was super, super chill about all of it because I was just up there cracking jokes. Like, I'm basically playing for all my friends. It wasn't like everybody was there, you know. So that was okay, but that was just like a huge blow to the mental health there. And then I would say we played in St. Louis once, and it's kind of like the same situation. Basically, we were drinking the whole way down to St. Louis, and then we were drinking when we were there up until like we were about to play, right? So I was too drunk. We had Morgan Earp in the band at the time. He was too drunk. Peyton's the only one who doesn't drink, so he's high as shit. And Anthony's like a little bit of both, you know? First time in St. Louis, and it's this giant raised stage, right? And Michael's fine this whole time, right? Basically, what we do is we go up on stage, and we're like ready to play and shit. Second song, do you know Morgan Earp by chance?
I think I used to have him as a friend on Facebook.
Okay.
But
Sounds like
he used to post like bad takes
Yeah.
every single day, and
Yep.
I would like sometimes like, you're dumb.
Yeah,
type of
dude, just-
thing, and I think
yeah.
he deleted me eventually.
Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, that seems to be the case here, but like a lot. But yeah, he was like, he used to do these guitar spins, and he always would like knock over my water or hit me in the head with his headstock or fucking step on my ankle. And I was like getting ready for that, so I kind of like moved to the side. He went to plant, and his foot went off the side of the stage like this, and he fell down, scraped his leg about 4 or 5 inches all the way up, just on this like stage. Ended up getting like a blood infection and shit from it.
Damn.
Like, he ended up being fine, but we thought he had like gangrene, so we were calling him like
God
more
damn.
gangrene and shit. But after that, it was like we're all shit faced, dude. Like, we're just trying to get through the set. Like, it's embarrassing as hell because your guitarist just fell off the stage. Like, oh my god, that was probably like the worst one.
Yeah, that sounds pretty rough.
Yeah, I like feel like I like trauma blocked it out because I don't remember like actually playing the set. I just remember Morgan falling and then me just like not saying a word for like 6 hours.
Well, shit. I'm sorry for making you relive that.
Oh no,
man.
dude, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just being a baby. Like, honestly, it was fine. We sounded good and everything. I just get in my head about that shit. It was weird too because it was like a dual venue. So there was one venue on one side and another venue on the other side, and they were both having shows at the same time. So like the show next to us was like this black metal show that was packed to the fucking gills, and then you just have this like 808s every measure deathcore bands, you know, just chilling. So it was a crazy duality moment, but like occasionally during a breakdown, if it was just like a China, you would just like hear like blast beats like really, really quietly in the background and just like and I was like, this is fucking awesome. But yeah, it was a weird situation. It was a weird day. Very weird day. Very, very
Sounds
weird
like
day.
it.
Yeah. Those are probably the worst ones, to be honest. We were on tour. I lost my voice after the first show.
Oh man.
And yeah, I sounded like shit, dude. For like every single show after that, and it was a 5-day run. So
Oh man.
yeah, I didn't have a voice for like 6 days after that. I don't know what I did or what happened, but my voice was just fucking gone. So
Damn.
me personally, on my end, that was the worst I've ever done on stage. Was that sucked? Yeah, Yeah. Gotta take care of
That-
yourself.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. That's why like vocal rest is like key.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, big time. I had to do that after we played the Rigby, because Solshade played the Rigby, and then the next day we had Dead Awake practice, and it was like after I did all the singing parts and everything, and then I went to Dead Awake practice, and I was like, damn, dude, like my throat was in rough shape, and it was like, it's been a long time since that's happened, so I was like really confused, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be on vocal rest for the next like 4 days.
Did you like kind of learn any like techniques to like make sure that that doesn't happen again? Type of
Yeah.
thing?
I mean, I think what's going on is like whenever I lose my voice, it's because I push my screams too hard. So like when I used to I figured this out pretty quickly, but we have that Kingslayer song,
Mhm.
and there's that part in the breakdown where there's just like nothing but a bass drop, and I used to just like drop the mic and like scream at the top of my lungs at like the crowd and stuff, which was like cool, looked cool, but I threw all technique out the window. So like after that, being the third song in the set, I had another like 20 minutes worth of shit to play, and my voice would be like cutting in and out. So it's when I get like way too into it, or when I like belt the singing notes a little bit too hard, that's when it starts to fuck up. So I just got to remember like the mic's going to pick it up. That's a big thing. Volume control is huge for me because I'm a little bit loud when I track vocals anyway. Just like pushing it too hard is going to fuck me up. So basically just not pushing too hard, centering myself, being like, hey, it's okay. Just chill. Have a good time. The mic will pick it up. You're good. So technique over volume for sure.
Hell yeah. So what are some of your favorite bands in the Wisconsin and Illinois scene?
Oh, dude.
And what have they been up to lately that you're stoked about?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Surefire and Heirs of Humanity, big
Oh, yeah.
time.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, the rave show and everything. But, like, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but me and Kieran have been really tight for years. Like, he was really close friends with my best friend, Garrett Aiken. He used to play in, like, Conundrum with me and stuff like that. Now he plays indie music in Kansas City. He's doing really
shit.
fucking good. Yeah, so, fuck. Yeah, so I was visiting Green Bay, and he was at the house that we were staying at. He's like, yeah, I kind of want to start a band. Like, I kind of want to get a guitar. I was like, you should get a guitar. The next time I visited, he had the guitar, and he's like, yeah, I really want to start this band. And I was like, fucking do it, dude. Like, there is literally nothing stopping you. And he was like, okay. And then he made the Heirs of Humanity Facebook page right in front of me, showed me the, like, name of the band and shit, like, had everything planned out. And then he just wrote an album,
Yeah.
like, from the ground up, like, drums, guitar, bass, the whole 9 yards. He wrote all of that. And then, got a vocalist in from New Mexico, and then, just it ended up being the lineup that it is now. But I am just so fucking incredibly proud of, like, Kieran and obviously the rest of the guys. Like, they're all fucking incredible people. But, dude, like, just seeing where Kieran started to where he's at now, like, I feel like a proud dad.
I thought that was crazy when I talked to them that Heirs is like his actual first band. Like he did not perform live at all until Heirs.
No, and he never played guitar before he bought that Jackson 7 and just started shredding, dude.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
played guitar. He learned how to play Suicide Silence and then just bounced off that. Kid's insane, dude. And he was like made for this. Like you can just like see people that are just like, yep.
Dude, just everybody in that band.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
They're like probably one of my favorite bands to watch from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Like just cause like the whole fucking crowd just is like
Yeah,
like,
dude.
it's just
I
like-
love going to shows where that people haven't like heard of them before. And then they do like this breakdown, and you just hear like, oh shit, like in the background, That's like my favorite thing, dude. But Brandon's in like 5 bands, fucking Dane's in 3, I think. Kieran's in 1, Wags is in fucking 3.
Yeah.
Like these dudes like eat, breathe, and like sleep this shit, So
that Still Stayer and Errors.
oh yeah, and then
that-
Ouroboros and
Yep,
H1Z1.
that show is gonna be fucking crazy.
yeah, dude, that's gonna be nuts. Wags is pulling triple duty, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's fucking insane. Like this is
He's
this
gonna
is
be
crazy.
tired after that one.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's gonna be beat. He's probably gonna sleep for like 13 hours,
By
dude.
that Still Stayer set, he's gonna be like,
Fuck yeah. And now he's like, yeah, I kind of fucked myself because I started writing solos. Like there's like solos and error shit now that's coming out, and it's just so funny to just see. He's like, yeah, I kind of fucked myself because like Still Stayer isn't easy to play. Errors isn't easy to play, but now he threw like a fucking sweep picking solo into it, and then Ouroboros is like, holy
Dude,
shit.
Ouroboros is crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's nuts. Shout out Ouroboros. Shout out Gage, Michael, Wags, Devin. I almost forgot his fucking name. I'm sorry, Devin. I love you. But yeah, Heirs, big time. Surefire, obviously. Huge fan of those guys. We've gotten pretty tight over the past like year or two that we've been around. Really stoked on you guys. Very, very stoked on you guys.
Oh,
Every time I see you guys, it's a fucking riot. I love it. Obviously, like Victims of the World and shit like that. Dem's Fighting Words from Chicago and Northwest Indiana. I could probably go on and on. Soul Killer. Fucking love Soul Killer. Love Sean. Dude, craziest fucking thing. I love that man. It's like I used to listen to him in high school when he was in I the Breather. So it's just like fucking nuts that I'm just like, hey, I'm your friend now. So yeah, I could go on and on, dude. And I'm sorry if anybody's like pissed that I missed him, but fuck, dude. There's so like Midwest is taking over, dude. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Yeah, dude. That kind of actually leads into I kind of wanted to get your take on like of like kind of like the trajectory of like Wisconsin bands, because I feel like there's been like a serious shift in like the past couple years.
Yeah.
Like where like every band that I see that's like coming out with stuff is just it's like really good, like it's like there's really good mixes on stuff, and like everybody's like on their shit about like social media and shit like that.
Dude.
And just like everybody's like lifting each other up.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just like I kind of want your like opinion on like the trajectory of like Wisconsin bands.
Yeah,
like,
dude. I mean, like I was saying before, Green Bay kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. And, like coming back to the Wisconsin scene and shit like that. Just when I like moved to Madison, that's the only time I became like part of the Wisconsin scene. That's when like Dead Awake started bleeding into Milwaukee and shit. But dude, honestly, like everything that I have seen, like with all these crazy venues, like JJ is a mad lad, dude. That guy is single-handedly putting the entire fucking hardcore, metalcore, death metal scene on his fucking back for all of Wisconsin. And I don't think that dude gets enough love. Like, this dude just booked Stick to Your Guns and Bane at X-Ray Arcade. Fucking ridiculous, dude.
Dude, he's been booking huge shows.
Yeah, he has been, and then you got, like, the Cactus Club. And, like, I knew that place when it was the Metal Grill. Like way back in the day, and it was like a privilege to play there.
That was like our like home venue, like back in the day. It was the Metal Grill.
Yeah, that's
like,
so
I
fucking
probably
sick.
played like I don't even know a lot of shows at the Metal Grill.
Hell yeah, dude! I love playing there because I'm like, as a kid, I would have never thought that I'd be able to like go as far as Milwaukee to play music. It was always just like Green Bay shit. But Green Bay put a bad taste in my mouth, and ever since I've been back in this kind of general area. I noticed this a lot with Chicago, and I was really happy that it kind of bled over here. A lot of bands just have this super positive outlook, and the biggest difference that I've seen from when I was a kid to now is nobody's fucking jealous at all. Like, nobody's a pompous asshole. Like, nobody's like, I could have easily been like, damn, Dead Awake doesn't get rave offers. Like, fuck, But that's like a douche thing to do. Like, I'm looking at like two kids I've been following forever, fucking Joe, and then Kieran, obviously. Like, they're achieving their dreams, and they're doing something huge for the Wisconsin scene. That's awesome. Like, everybody celebrates each other's victories. Nobody has a bad word to say about anybody. And, I've noticed a lot, too. We come together when, like, a touring band is a bunch of assholes. Like, everybody's like, hey, am I, like, out of pocket? That, like, Wisconsin politeness, They're like, am I out of pocket for thinking that guy's kind of an asshole? And they're like, no, dude, I think the same thing. So I don't know. It's just, I think this new, like I was saying before, this new generation, right? Like the Midwest used to be on top of the metal scene, like Victims, Villains, Barrier, Sworn In. I could fucking Gift Giver. Like all these people are from the Midwest. I mean, like Attack Attacks from Ohio, Haste the Days from Indiana, like Frail Bodies from Rockford, right? And like, I feel like Chicago itself was on top for a really long time, kind of dissipated, but now I feel like that's shifting over to the Wisconsin side of things. I have never seen a scene as alive as Milwaukee, and that is a 100% godsend truth. It's incredible to just see, like sold out local shows. I never would have been able to fathom that as like a kid. Yeah. So honestly, I think it's only going to go up from here because if everybody's lifting each other up, if one band wins, everybody wins. Like people were sharing the Surefire stuff. I shared that poster and was like, yo, show my boys some love. Like everybody's doing that,
Oh, yeah.
Especially like the Boys and Still Stare. They put everybody on their backs and fucking. But I think it's only going to go up from here. And I think people are going to start recognizing that Wisconsin and the Midwest as a whole really has like this layer of talent that I don't think a lot of people think we possess.
Right.
Like people are like, oh yeah, these bands are from LA or like Nashville. There's like a lot of heavy hitting cities.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really talks about the band from like Oconomowoc or
Right.
Cudahy or Cudahy. How do you say it?
I think it's Cudahy.
Okay, Cudahy, yeah. Or like the bands from Cudahy, and now I just think it's going to keep getting bigger and better because all this positivity is just going to bring more people to the scene. More people are going to want to be a part of it. And then you just spread that love. You get more musicians, you get more bands. And next thing you know, it's fucking popping off. So I feel like people are going to be like, oh shit, they're from Wisconsin too?
Right,
Like they probably know that person.
That's like kind of like a lot of my, I mean, I'm sorry, I talk about this a lot on the pod, but that's like a big reason why I've like started the podcast is because like I feel like that's something that people in like LA and like Nashville, like the big music cities, like they do that. Like they're all like talking to each other like this in like a long form, like with high production value and shit like that. And I feel like that's something I can like kind of contribute to like lift our scene up a little bit. You know what I mean?
100%. And it's cool too. Like everybody, like I keep mentioning the Milwaukee scene. Madison's gonna be pissed. Fucking Rockford's gonna be pissed. But like I keep bringing up the Milwaukee scene because it's not like whenever we all play shows together, it doesn't feel like we're playing a show. It feels like we're just at a party that we happen to be playing at.
Right.
Like,
I agree 100%.
Yeah, like everybody's a friend, dude. It feels like a fucking Saturday afternoon cookout every time I play with these dudes. Like everybody's so excited, giving hugs and shit. Everybody's excited to hear the shit. And like I'm just like beaming thinking about it, dude. Because like it used to be so negative. It used to be so shitty to be in this shit. And now it's just, in my experience, I know other people have probably had really positive experiences, but I didn't. So seeing something like that is super cool, and like especially now, like we've talked before this, like we've played a lot of shows before this, and keeping the network together is really important. So it's really fucking cool what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love how you were like, I'm just gonna do that, and then you just did it. Because I can't, obviously.
I mean, I just like I felt like I just kind of like had the connections. Like I know a lot of people in the scene, and like I had the means to do it. So I was just like, you know what? Let's fucking do this thing.
Hell yeah, dude! No time like the present. Pull that trigger, bro. Fuck it.
So, we don't have to talk about any like specific things, but I'm wondering how you think that artists in the Midwest could improve.
Okay.
Like what you'd like to see artists doing more of.
Yeah. Honestly, TikTok. Like as stupid as that sounds, you ever heard of Heavy Hitter from Florida? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we played with them in a fucking sketchy ass place in Gary, right?
Oh.
Where they had like 200, 300 Spotify listeners. And then their vocalist just got them really big on TikTok. Now they're signed. They're touring with Carnifex now. Like, I want like more funny social media promotion and more like social media promotion in general. Thank God we're past the point of just like inviting people to like your band page.
Yeah.
Like without any fucking context. Besides like I still get a couple of DMs. It's like, hey, check out this single. And I'm like, please leave me alone. Like, please don't do that. It's just a personal gripe. But if it's good, I'll listen to it. I'll probably listen to it anyway. But it's just like a personal gripe. So I think like honestly, just funnier like social media presence would be good. I think a lot of bands, not necessarily just in the Midwest, but a lot of Midwest bands and a lot of bands in general just kind of take themselves a little bit too seriously. Like, you got to have fun. Throw that stupid fucking sample in your song, like fucking crack jokes at people. You don't have to, like, I used to do the whole tough guy thing because I had like a lot of shit going on and it was cathartic for me. And, Peyton kind of sat me down and was like, hey man, this is kind of like a weird image that you're giving like all of us kind of thing. And I thought about it and maybe he was like going a little bit too hard on it, but still it's just, you don't have to be the tough guy all the time. Like I always just be like, craziest motherfucker in the pic, it's a forehead kiss or like shit like that. Like, hell yeah, like that's my girlfriend over there. Fuck yeah. Just like doing funny shit. And I feel like, and booty clap, still stare, booty clap.
Yeah, booty clap.
I want more of that. I want more booty clap energy. I want more beach balls in the pit. I want more fun. Like, and it's weird coming from the genre that like we play, but I want some more fun. And that's every band. That's not just not just the Midwest, but I want more booty clap. I want more booty clap.
You heard it here first, folks.
I need more booty clap.
Oh. All right, so hold on. This is actually kind of. Oh, it's good. All right.
Word.
So let's talk about your musical journey. Your musical journey. So what age were you when you started music?
I was a freshman in high school, so I was probably like 13, I want to say.
Did you delve straight into the screaming?
I tried, dude. It's like a really weird set of circumstances. So my best friend Garrett, we used to play in Second to Fall and then Conundrum and shit. He literally just messaged me on Facebook one day and was like, "Hey, I heard you play drums," because I had a drum kit too. And I was like, "A little bit, yeah. Why? What's up?" He's like, "You should come over and jam sometime." So we just like, and he was like 5 minutes away from my house. I don't know how the fuck that worked out, but it did. So just jamming with him, and then he like knew I was in choir and stuff. He's like, "Hey, do you just want to be in this band?" And I was like, "Sure." I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I didn't learn how to actually scream until we were like in a professional studio for the first time.
Oh, really?
It was like a fucking pressure thing. Like it was a make it or break it moment. Like if I fuck this up, I'm done. So it wasn't really that serious, but in my head it was, you know.
Yeah.
But it took me like 4 or 5 years to even get like good at this shit, like to get good at screaming and stuff like that. So we tried to do like I said, it was like Waking the Fallen metalcore, you know, just like power chords and bar chords and type shit. So yeah, we did a lot more singing than we did screaming on that. But yeah, took a while, but I got there.
So who would you say your influences were when you were starting out?
I would say my biggest one was Mitch from Suicide Silence.
Oh yeah.
Dude was a god to me. I cried when he died, like a baby. Phil Bozeman, Alex Kaler, back in like the Kruger Banger era and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Who else? There's a lot of.
I can kind of actually like get like a lot of the influences you named. Like I can definitely like hear them in the shit that you do.
Yeah, dude.
Like I know it's like in your like highs and shit. You got that kind of like that kind of like extreme like. Screams are raspy as it is, but you almost make that high sound even more raspy and disgusting. Yeah. And it's like fucking awesome.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Shout out all my boys. Shout out Mitch. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. I think my biggest one though was Phil Bozeman and Vince from the Acacia Strain. Those are my two, like, those were definitely the two biggest, but Mitch was obviously like stage presence. And
Phil was a huge one of mine too, because I'm like kind of like an all around. Like I legit do everything.
Oh hell
like,
yeah!
I do guitar, I do vocals, I do bass, drums, I do everything.
Nice.
But like when I was starting off like doing vocals, like Phil was like a huge one, and then Born of Osiris was a huge one. I don't even know the vocalist name of Born of Osiris, but I just know like. One of the first songs that I learned how to scream was Bow Down.
Oh, yes, dude. Yes. A classic. An absolute classic.
Dude, hell yeah.
I love it. Fucking Follow the Signs was my jam, dude.
Hell yeah.
Anything Jason Richardson touches turns to gold.
Dude, that era when Jason Richardson went in Chelsea Grin.
Yeah, dude.
He just like made that band. It became the Jason Richardson experience. But
yeah, 100%, dude. But it was good. Like
I was amazing,
dude. There was one time I was living in Cleveland for a few months with my parents and stuff, but we were trying to move to Illinois. You know, so we were like driving 2 separate cars to go there and pick up a U-Haul and come back and shit. And I didn't have there wasn't any Bluetooth in his car. So it was just me by myself, and the only CD I brought was Ashes to Ashes. I think I listened to that thing like 12, 13 times through.
That's like probably one of my favorite records.
Yeah, dude, I need to go back and re-listen to it. I just listened to My Damnation again for like the first time in years. Holy shit, dude. That is such an underrated deathcore record, dude. So nuts. Damn. Yeah, Chelsea Grin fucks.
Good.
Chelsea Grin fucks.
Can't go wrong with some Chelsea Grin.
No, absolutely not.
I feel like that's like some of like the first riffs that people learn is that fucking
that's the only riff I know how to play. I literally will just like, Spencer, can I play your guitar? He's like, sure. And then I'm like, man, and he's like, fuck. It's just like, it's my stairway.
I mean, we went into this a little bit, but were there any like obstacles you had to overcome in order to get proficient at vocals?
Yeah.
And if you could give like someone who's like starting off doing vocals advice, what would it be?
Yeah. I'll start with the advice piece first because this one's like super important. Don't fucking stop. That's my biggest thing. Like, it took me, like I said, it took me like 4 or 5 years. I was trying to give up so many fucking times, and Garrett was like, nah, dude, you can do it. Like, you just got to keep trying. And that's like my biggest thing is like, if you're trying to scream and you're like, wow, I sound like shit, it's going to be really off-putting at first. You're going to be really self-conscious. It's like if you are the type of person to listen back to your voice on a recording and be like, wow, I sound completely different. It's just don't stop trying and don't stop learning. Like, there's always room for improvement. You can always, refine something. Just keep trying to master the craft. But do not fucking quit. If you're like 6 months in and you're getting discouraged, it's hard. It's really hard. But everybody has that in them. I believe everybody can fucking do it. You just got to get the technique and stuff. So don't give up, because it took me for fucking ever. And I sucked for a very, very long time and still kind of do. Like, there's a lot of room for improvement there that I'm working on.
Well,
there's a lot of room, dude. Trust me.
Yeah. I get that. But to me, fucking a lot of your shit is like fucking like mind blowing.
Thank you, dude. That
Like,
means a lot.
Not to be that guy, like you're fucking really good, dude.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm not really great at giving myself compliments, so that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, don't give up. And then I guess like obstacles wise, it was like I didn't have a place to practice other than like Garrett's house, because his parents were like really chill with the whole music thing, because it was just like, it was keeping us out of trouble. It was a cool hobby. We were all just like brothers, just chilling, making music, and it was going pretty well. So they were all chill. My parents were not. My mom was pretty chill with me doing it, but my dad was just always like, school comes first. Like, you're just fucking wasting your time. You're wasting your life away doing this bullshit. So, excuse me. Sorry. That was a burp. I'm not crying. Anyway, so it's like I couldn't really practice at home, which was where I spent like 75 to 80% of my time growing up. Like, I wasn't able to just scream in the basement or have a nice spot where I could just like practice the vocals, other than like being in my car, being at Garrett's house. That was a huge obstacle that really set me back for a while. Other than that, just the negativity in the scene that I was in. So that's another piece of advice too. If you're like in a negative scene, try to be the positive part of it, because that shit is just as contagious, if not more contagious than the negativity, know. Yeah. And you don't need to be shitting on other people, and just be the positive beacon if you can. I wasn't, because I got wrapped up in the noise, and everybody was assholes to us. So I was like young, had this chip on my shoulder. I was a dick sometimes, trying to get shows and stuff, like I was saying before. But yeah, those are like the main obstacles, I would say. And being like 14, 15, 16, trying to play in Green Bay where the only venues are bars was really fucking tough. They'd let you in about 10 minutes before you played. So you had to load in 10 minutes, play the set. You had about 5-10 minutes to get the fuck out.
Damn.
And you never got paid. Nobody was ever there except for the one drunk guy in the middle who's like, fucking free bird, like it's just, that was another obstacle there too. So we faced quite a lot, but we're here. We're vibing. We're doing it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Throughout the years, how many bands were you a part of?
I've been in 3. Okay. So I've like, obviously there was like bullshit side projects that like never did anything, so I don't really count those. Started in Second of Fall, Waking the Fallen type bullshit. And then we transitioned into being like a prog metal band called Conundrum. Played the rave once and just like played a lot doing that shit. It was cool. They all moved to St. Paul. I stayed in Illinois, so it was really hard. Eventually joined Dead Awake, so I was in both of them for a little bit. Then we just kind of had a heart-to-heart conversation about like how I feel like I'm holding them back and all this shit. So we just like kind of parted ways. So it was just Dead Awake for a really long time until I just recently joined Solshade as well. So yeah, only 3, surprisingly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly.
So we're kind of just jumping around here.
Fine with me, man.
So what do you think it takes to make like a successful like collaboration between artists?
Like in like band members or
Yeah.
Okay. Communication is the biggest thing, I think. That's like the front and center thing for me. I went to school for communications and shit too. But you got to know how to like talk to your peers and everything and give constructive feedback, and everybody talks to people differently, you know. So like one person, you know, say if I was like recording with you and you were like, "Yeah, that sucked, do it again." Person like me might take that to heart, right? And then I'm discouraged and I kind of get in my own head about it. But if you're like, "Hey, like you're on the right track, let's do it again." That's like, "Okay, cool, I'm doing something right." You know, other people, when you're like, "Yeah, that fucking sucked," they're like, "Haha, yeah, it did. Let me do that again." You know, like it motivates them more. It doesn't do that for me personally. But just like communicating your wants, your needs in the band, you know, don't be afraid to pitch ideas. That's a huge thing. You know, you don't ever want somebody in the band to feel like they're not as seen as anybody else is. I've had that a few times, not with me personally, obviously, like doing the lyrics and shit, but like, you know, bassists and like drummers and stuff. They're like, I want to be a part of this. And it's like, well, then let's do it, you know? So communication's big. Honesty is another huge one. Just try not to lie to your band members. If you can't make it to practice because you're too hungover, tell them you can't make it to band practice because you're too hungover. Deal with the consequences. Don't be like, you know, "Oh, yeah, my car broke down," but then they see you on Snapchat driving like 40 minutes to go to a mall or something. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It just takes a lot there, and open-mindedness is a huge one, too, because everybody, you know, like, we all like metal music, you know? Like, all of us in this room do, but there might be other influences, like some jazz or, like, some rap or some shit like that that you might wanna throw in there, and if you're like, "No, we're playing metal music," that really narrows the scope of the shit that you can do, and it kinda just makes people feel like they're not proud of the shit that they make. So, open-mindedness, honesty, communication, and then be really good at your instrument and practice. You know,
That's
just
an important one.
practice together. That's a huge one. If you can, like practicing individually, I'm a huge fan of. Like we're all like I'm in Wisconsin, everybody else is in Illinois. So I practice on my own and then I'll practice with them at practice. But it's so nice to just do that as a conglomerative group, you know. So
do you practice your like stage presence at all?
not really. Probably not nearly as much as I should. Just kind of depends. Like when we're playing the set in like Peyton's basement, our practice space, like I get really into it, and then I can like kind of do that. Like I'll throw mosh calls out and see if I like it, kind of shit like that. But I don't know. It's just it kind of just like happens. I was in musicals and shit growing up, choir, band, the whole fucking 9 yards. So like being up there is like comfortable for me. So I kind of just like let it rip. But as I've gotten older, I need to not be as crazy. Like that's the biggest thing because I used to bounce around like crazy. I used to mosh with people, like do all this stuff, and I was fine. But now if I go too crazy with the stage presence, I like my heart's like, "Hey, bro, stop." My lungs are like, "Hey, man, you should probably stop smoking so much." You know, and I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right." So I've gotten a little bit less energetic, but still make it work. So yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So I want to start to talk about some Solshade stuff.
Word.
So how did that opportunity present itself to become the vocalist?
Yeah. So their old vocalist, James Benson, fantastic guy. Shout out James. He's in like 18 different bands. But he lives in I think it's Minnesota. I don't know if it's St. Paul or Minneapolis, but he lives in Minnesota out there. So it was really hard for him to like come down to Madison and like Chicago for shows and stuff. So they always had fill-ins. They had the guy from I think it was Enswell, I think, that was doing their stuff for a while. And then I just kind of made a joke outside of Mickey's one time with them. I was like, "Yeah, if you ever need another fill-in, just let me know. I'm here." Like joking around. They're like, you know, we'll take that into account. And that was before like we were all this close. Because we would see each other at bars, and I'd like go to their shows and shit, and we'd like hang out, but it was nothing too serious. And then I was at a water parks show at the Sylvie in Madison, just hammered out of my mind because I was like, "What the fuck are we doing here?" Like we went for one song, and it was the encore. So like we're just kind of chilling there, like experiencing it and like taking it all in. But Josh, actually DM me on Instagram. He's like, "Hey, I don't know if you were serious, but we have a few dates coming up that we might need to fill in for. What do you think?" And I was like, yeah, I'm willing to try. Fuck it. So started practicing like weekly with them and everything. And then it just kind of turned into this thing where I really fell in love with the music and like fell in love with the band. Like not the members. I love you guys, but not that much. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so like I fell in love with like the music and the like camaraderie that they had and the way that me and Spencer mesh in the studio. Like it was just this environment where I felt so comfortable and just felt like I fit right in. So like I would just kind of make like jokes, like I did with the fill-in stuff. I was like, yeah, well, if you guys ever, ended up needing another vocalist or something, like I can always be the second string. Like I can always be like the backup if you, need a last minute fill-in. Like once I know the set, I know the set. So just call me up and take me off the bench. I'm good, And then eventually they were just kind of like, yeah, I know you were mentioning like you'd love to be a part of this stuff and everything. Like, what do you think about possibly like making the move and just being the guy? And I didn't want to start any static, because like James is so incredible. He is so incredibly talented. Like Amiensis is a crazy band that he's in. All of the Solshade shit he did was fucking incredible. So I didn't want to start any static or think like have him think I was disrespecting him or anything by trying to take that. But everybody was super chill. He was like, yeah, I kind of need a break. Like, I need to just trim back on the bands a little bit and stuff like that, too. So, yeah. And then after that, I think that X-Ray show we played together was my first show as, like, the actual vocalist.
Yeah.
And that was before we even announced it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
And now I'm here.
So for for writing like the lyrics and stuff for Solshade, what kind of inspiration are you taking from?
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. This is like the only band I've ever been in besides like late era Conundrum that I don't really write the lyrics.
Oh, really?
So Josh writes all the lyrics.
Oh, really?
And yeah, he's got this crazy like extensive vocabulary. If you look at like any of our Instagram posts, he makes like these crazy large words sound palatable, and it's kind of nuts. But yeah, he usually writes them all from like based on personal experience and everything, but we collaborate a lot on like, changing stuff up. Like I write a lot of the phrasing. Spencer will write some like melodies and stuff like that. On occasion, I'll write some. So it's a very collaborative effort. A lot of stuff that Josh writes is based on his personal experiences that I can relate to. Like that one song that I sent you that I was like, hey, this one's finished. That one was like about a bad trip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, dude, I've been there. So it's kind of like nice to be able to relate to it and everything. But he's like, yeah, if you ever have any ideas or any topics or something, let me know. Like, we'll get together and we'll just write some stuff. So, excuse me. But yeah, it's a little bit different in the fact that it's a lot more introspective than anything that I've ever written. Like, deathcore is very, fuck you, fuck me, kill me, I'm sad, I'm angry,
Yeah.
Like, you can only talk about those things so many times before it kind of feels like you're beating a dead horse. So this is like a deeper level of introspection that I'd never really kind of encountered before. Like I've done that on a couple of our songs, but that was pretty much it. And so like being in this collaborative effort and stuff like that is really different, but it's really fucking cool.
Is that helping you kind of like pull out some more like introspection in your writing type of thing?
Yeah, big time. I've done a lot of like self-reflecting and stuff since I've even like had the opportunity to play with Solshade. Like Spencer is and was a god to me growing up. Like Pangea, like the end result and everything like that. Played my first show with them too. So
yeah, it's crazy to be like cool with Spencer now.
Yeah,
because
dude.
like I like when I was coming up, like I was fucking like I loved Pangea. Like,
yeah, bro.
I used to watch all the like doing the riffs videos and
dude.
shit.
I loved those doing the riffs and the skateboard fucking.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I miss those dudes. But yeah, it's just like having, and he's like mixed Conundrum before and stuff. So like having the opportunity to play with somebody like him, like anytime I saw him and like Steve from like the Fine Constant earlier Pangea stuff, I used to be like, oh shit, like those are the guys. I can't fuck this up, And now we're just like super chill, just shooting the shit, and it blows my mind, So I kind of went off on a. I'm sorry, I keep going on tangents.
No, you're good, dude.
But yeah, ever since then, it's just like I feel really fortunate and like a lot more like I don't want to say blessed, but just like feel like a lot more fortunate to be able to have this opportunity, Like kind of shows that like the work paid off to where I could work with somebody that I looked up to, you know, like work until your idols become your friends and then work some more. So it's just like a lot of like, this is a whole new step for me. Like I got to really get into this. I really got to lock in, and then just, you know, doing a lot of self-reflection and everything like that about like the past and stuff like that too. So yeah, it's helped me a lot.
I will say, you guys are definitely in for a treat with the new Solshade that's coming out. It like really shows, like, it's like a testament to your range. Like,
Thanks.
I think, like, I was not expecting like that, like singing stuff, like at all. Like I
Yeah.
thought you were like mainly just like a screamer, but then when like I heard you singing, I was like, whoa! I was like
Thanks,
really
man.
taken aback.
Thank you.
And it was really good. So like,
Thanks.
good on you, dude.
Thank you, man.
You got some crazy range.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I fucking love singing, dude. It's been a long time since I've been able to do something like that, so it's really cool getting that opportunity.
Can you talk anything about what's coming down the pipeline for Solshade?
Yeah.
Stuff.
We're just playing shows and writing right now. So the folder that I sent you is all the demos that we have so far and everything like that. So we're just kind of demoing stuff out, playing little shows here and there and everything. We're trying to, late October, we're trying to book like a little weekend tour. So I think we already have a Halloween show booked that we haven't announced yet. And then just a couple of like Green Bay shows and just random shows around there and everything. But mainly just writing. So we're trying to finish the record and everything. They were signed to Silent Pendulum Records before I joined, you know, so there's not any like budgetary or deadline shits that we have to worry about, but we just want to get it done so that we can get it done, you know? So mainly just playing shows, possibly a couple of tours, hopefully a single and a music video at some point soon. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, new shit in the set. Pretty much that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. So I kind of want to move on to some Dead Awake stuff.
Woo!
Okay, so did you join the band after it was like already established?
Yeah. So I was supposed to be the original vocalist, and then just my schedule with like school and life and stuff didn't work out. So they ended up going with the original vocalist, Noah. Shout out Noah. Fantastic dude. Super fucking talented. But they went with him, and they released Insurrectionist before it was just like an EP, right? Got some traction and stuff, and they asked me if I wanted to come up for like a guest spot because we were all friends and shit. And I was like, sure. And then, you know, ended up just being a co-vocalist, and then Noah left, and we never found another one. So yeah, I joined the band a little bit after they started in 2017. I joined in 2018. So nothing too crazy, but I joined a little bit after that. So
okay.
Yeah.
Did you recorded like a record or two with them?
Yeah. So. Okay. We did the reissue of Insurrectionist, so the EP with just like 2 vocalists and a 9-string guitar instead of a 7. So I did that one. We did the self-titled record. What else? Semantics. I did. Vile. We did. Melancholia. We did. This new record we're doing. We did. Feral. Yeah. There's been a lot of fucking music. We've done a lot of it.
Well, what was your can you think of like a good story or something from the like recording process for one of those, or like what was your favorite record to record?
Yeah, honestly, I think my favorite record to record was Melancholia, just because it was so different, and it was like right after we were coming out of the hiatus, you know. Because in my head we were all but broken up, you know, and we only came back together to do like a reissue of Pale Horse, but we just like changed it up a little bit, and we were gonna do a music video for it to fill out the We Are Triumphant contract. And it was literally like straight out of a meme, dude. We were sitting there and we're like, we're so back. You know, like we're like, God, we fucking missed this. You know, it was like COVID. We didn't see each other or anything like that. And then after that, we made it a point to like once a week, if everybody was comfortable, everybody tested negative and stuff like that, we would all get together at Peyton's, and Michael just had his laptop and a Scarlett and, you know, just brought a vocal mic down, and we would just like write shit, track it, edit it right then and there. We were working with a producer named Davide out of Italy. So when we were going to bed, he was waking up. And then when we woke up, he was going to bed. So we would be like, here's all the stems. And then when we woke up the next morning, he's like, here's a rough mix.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it was just like so effective and so quick and unlike anything else that we'd ever done. And it was just like a boys' night every week that we were recording. You know, it felt like real rock star shit. Like we'd just pull up with a 30 rack and just crush them and just make this crazy fucking music out of nowhere, and it was an absolute fucking blast. Blast. That was probably my favorite.
Yeah, I actually heard. Do you ever listen to the Garza podcast?
Not as often as I'd like to, but I know of it really well.
I was listening to the Enterprise Earth record, and they were talking about like they recorded one of their records like in a cabin.
Yeah,
and like Garza was talking about how like they did the same thing in Suicide Silence, but like they they essentially just like drank the whole time.
Yeah,
and like they're like, I think we polished off like 9 handles of vodka.
Jesus,
and then didn't even write 9 riffs. It's like, oh geez.
It's true. It's so good, but it's so true. Yeah, and then Knocked Loose did that with one of their EPs. I think it was like that Contorted and the Fail one or whatever. They just like went to a cabin and recorded it. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, same here. Just like in the middle of the mountains. Like,
yeah, dude.
You ever get frustrated, you can just go for a walk and enjoy some nature and
shit.
Like,
go kayaking for a little bit,
yeah.
blow off some steam. Levi, our guitarist, has a cabin up north, and he keeps trying to get us to go up there, and I really want to fucking go up there. Like, I wish I could just take a week off and just go hang out with the boys, you know? I feel like everybody needs that. Everybody needs a nice little boys retreat, you know?
Hell yeah.
You got to be friends, right? Or at least like each other a little bit.
So, how would you describe the brand of Dead Awake?
That's a really hard one that I don't really have an answer to. I think the whole thing about Dead Awake is that we've always just played the music we've wanted to play, and we never gave a fuck. And it's sometimes detrimental. Like, there's a lot of filler in a lot of our records and stuff just because we were experimenting and everything like that. But it's like, if we want to make a low and slow song, we're going to make a low and slow song like Gallows 3. If we want to make like a death metal song, we're going to make Ayudichem, you know, just like crazy shit like that. So I think the main brand is like, those kids just play whatever they want. They're not locked into like a genre or something other than just like the overarching umbrella that is like deathcore, you know, metalcore, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I think it's honestly just like us just doing whatever the fuck we want. That's kind of the brand.
Hell yeah. I mean, that works.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, dude. It's a lot of fun. Learned a lot about each other, about myself and everything too, about ourselves. So nuts. Yeah.
So what's your guys' like approach to like marketing?
Yeah. Honestly, it's just we do a lot on Instagram, so just like posting randomly. Michael's usually the social media guy. I think I'm gonna transition to be doing that pretty soon. So are you
gonna start? Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I was just gonna ask, kind of like what we were talking about before. Are you gonna start making like silly videos?
Yeah,
and stuff?
Honestly, like we've done that on occasion for like specific shows, but we've never like gone fully into it. Like we don't have a TikTok. That was another reason why I brought it up, because it's like a huge platform. Not enough people are taking advantage of.
Yeah, I just started taking advantage of it with the podcast.
Yeah,
posting clips on there.
I saw that. Yeah, and I saw like the shorts that you're putting on like the Instagram page and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
that's huge, dude.
Huge.
And I want to do shit like that, and you know, just like telling all my friends that I'm playing these shows and stuff like that. And then I always love doing the like, come to this show or I'll do this ridiculous thing. Like one time I was like, come to this show or I'm gonna show your mom your search history. Like this last one
funny.
Today, I was like, come to the show or I'll put forks all over your lawn. You know, it's just like funny, stupid shit like that. So like that's kind of the vibe that I want to lean into. Mainly, we just like post the posters and we try our best to like promote and sell tickets and, you know, get people in the know about it and stuff like that too. But yeah, that's basically the marketing approach. We just play shows and we're like, hey, do this, like come out to this or come check out this song. We'll do like, we worked with Joe Gibbs a lot for most of our music videos. I think like there's only like 1 or 2 that we haven't worked with him on. And he's really good at like cutting short form content and making it cool. So he like would make trailers for us that we could put on Instagram and all that shit. So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's basically the approach, is just letting people know what we're doing and then hoping that they just come out, I guess. Haven't really done a ton of thought about it.
Well, the only reason I asked is because like I was doing some like kind of research on you guys, and like you guys are putting up like big numbers on Spotify and shit.
Yeah, dude. Thank
Like,
you.
you guys have like almost like 12,000 monthly listeners and shit. Like, that's fucking huge.
Yeah, it definitely helped having We Are Triumphant at our back. So I will like huge shout out to them. They put us on like the Orchard and stuff. So we got really lucky with like Spotify curated playlists. Vagabond was on the Spotify deathcore playlist for like a year and a half, 2 years. So that really helped inflate the numbers and everything like that too. So it was mainly just like playlisting, just like promoting the shit out of the music itself, and we just never stopped writing. Like every time we drop a record, we basically have the next record done. This is like, excuse me, Jesus. This is like the only exception. Like we're taking our time with this record. That's why we've only released like one song this year. But we've had a release every year, at least one release every year since I've been in the band.
Yeah, how many records do you guys have? It's kind of a lot of them.
Yeah, it is a lot.
I remember seeing your guys', we played that show together in January.
Yeah.
That was like our second show. Just looking at your merch table, and you guys just like had like a sprawling thing of records. I was like, whoa! I didn't even know that you guys had that much music.
Yeah, we had a ton. We the Insurrectionist EP, which we dropped 3 separate times. I'm not going to talk about that. No, I'm just kidding. It was just reissues and like re-recordings and stuff. Then we had the self-titled. After that, what was after that? I think after that is when we did Semantics, but we camped on that for a couple of years. So we have Semantics, Feral, Vile, Melancholia. I think that's it. I think we have like 6. 6. Yes. I'm going to go with 6.
And how long have you guys been around for?
They've been a band since 2017. I've only been in since 2018. So 1 per year.
Oh, we lost the camera.
Sad.
It's all good.
Tacos are done.
No. What time are we at? We're good. We can do like another like 18-ish minutes.
Let's go.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, so what's coming in the future? Or wait, hold on. Before we get into that, I want to know how do you prepare for a Dead Awake show, because you get real angry.
Yeah. Yeah, I get angry reacts only, bro. I don't know. I've kind of gotten a different approach now, but I just kind of like, I found a way to internalize all the bullshit that I go through in a healthy way, because I know I can release it in a healthy way, as opposed to like what I used to do as a kid. Not gonna, you get it. But yeah, so like what I used to do, this is gonna sound so weird, but I would go into the nearest bathroom and I would just stare at myself in the mirror, and it would just like all the shit that happened the past like weeks since I played a last show, it just like started flooding back, and it came to a point where like everybody in the band knew, like if I disappeared for 5 minutes and I came back and like my head was down and I was like pacing, don't talk to me. Like it wasn't like I didn't want to talk to them, but they knew that it would get me out of that kind of headspace, so it really helped me like get into the fucking groove of it. And now it's just kind of the approach of like, I'm really excited to have fun, you know? So like, I'll still do that angry shit sometimes, but it's like when I play the music is when that really comes out. And that's when I'm like, fuck yeah, you know? So like, I'm like, I just want to make sure I'm chill. We have a ritual. We dry scoop pre-workout before we go on stage every time. And the pre-workout that Michael has is literally called Crack. That's the brand name. Dark Labs, fucking sponsor us. I've had bugs in my skin for years at this point. But yeah, so we would like all take that like crazy heavy pre-workout, and then we're all like excited, you know, we're all ready to go. You know, we'll have a couple of beers before the set, you know, just like kind of kick back, enjoy each other's company, and then go up and just have a really good time.
Oh yeah, that shows for sure.
Thanks.
Because I remember having a lot of fun watching you guys at that first show.
Dude, it's a lot of fun. Playing heavy music is so fucking fun, dude.
Awesome.
It's so stupid.
It's awesome to get that like crowd reaction, you know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love seeing people beat the shit out of each other. It's just like I did that.
Is there any like cool techniques you've gotten to like get the crowd more involved?
Yeah, dude. I do a So there's the intro track to Vile is it Vile? I think it's Vile. Yeah, it's called Killjoy. So it's like really just instrumental, bow, ba-dow, 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 you know, just like open notes and shit. So when it starts, because the first half is all instrumental, then there's like a vocal break, and then it goes into like the actual full song that's instrumental too. So I started doing like Walls of Death. I'm like, I need you to split the fucking room. And then, if like one line on this side and one line on this side starts moving, other people are going to follow suit. And then I just keep them there for an uncomfortable amount of time. It's so fucking funny, dude. Like one of my friends was like, I loved when you edged the crowd for 10 minutes, like just fucking around. But yeah, so I'll do a little bit of that. Another thing I like to do is just like free merch. I saw Reflections do that at that first show that I was telling you about before. They're like, yep, if you go crazy, we're going to throw shirts in the pit. Like Dem's Fighting Words did it at Pride Fest. I did it at Pride Fest because all we had was 3XLs. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to throw these out. So just getting them hyped and I used to like talk a lot of shit. And basically what I do now is I'll go up and before we play, I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I love you guys. I'm going to call you names. I'm going to talk shit. Just know I don't mean it. It's just the way that this music makes me feel. Are we cool? And everybody's like, yeah. And then it's like, all right,
Hell yeah.
And just like little jokes here and there. I love doing that shit. I love making people laugh in the pit and shit too. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's what's up. That's good frontman material.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a good fucking time, dude. If you can't have fun, what the fuck?
Hell yeah.
You know?
So what's coming in the future for Dead Awake?
Yeah, so we are headlining High Noon Saloon in Madison tomorrow. That's our last show of the year. We're just working on a record and everything like that song I sent you. We're working on an EP. It's going to be like 4 songs, I think, 4 or 5, a little bit lengthy. It's actually a concept record, so I'm really fucking excited.
Can you talk about what the concept is?
Yeah, fuck it, why not? It's it's based on a video game, actually, like a survival horror kind of thing. Layers of Fear. I don't know if you've ever...
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so...
I'm into horror games.
Hell yeah.
Big time, so...
Okay, cool, same. So there was one time, like, me and Peyton used to hang out, like, every day. Jesus, man, I keep fucking burping, dude. I'm so sorry.
It's because I gave you that sausage.
Oh, yeah, you did. Goddamn right. Thanks for letting me borrow that, Holly. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. Okay. What were we talking about? I thought about your sausage and
coming in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Dead Awake.
Okay, so it's off of the game Layers of Fear because me and Peyton played through that in like one night, and it's just like so episodic in its way. It's just like about an artist who basically like lost everything and his descent into like schizophrenic madness and like trying to do all this work shit and stuff like that. And it takes place in like the turn of the century. It's like really cool. And we've always wanted to do a concept record, so we're like, fuck it, let's just do that. So it's basically the same story as like the first game and kind of like the overarching. There's this thing called the narrator. He's the one who tells all of the Layers of Fear stories. And like there's little Easter eggs of that going in there and stuff like that too. So new record is going to take a while. We really want to take some time and make sure that we're like really proud of it and like fine tune and not just putting songs in there for the sake of putting songs in there.
Concept is a difficult thing to pull off.
Yeah, it really fucking is.
I was trying to like years ago at this point. I was trying to do it was basically based off of like Fallout.
Oh,
like
hell
the game
yeah.
Fallout.
Yes. Love to see it.
And that shit was fucking hard.
Yeah, dude. It's when you're doing a concept record too, it's so fucking crazy. Because Conundrum did one too. It was just like the first half. We never got to the second half. But it's like not only do you have to find the lyrics that fit, but you also have to like make the music sound like the part of the story you're fucking doing.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is so crazy. Like you can just write breakdowns and slam chords and then write vocals over it and you're good to go. But like if you're at a part of the song where it's supposed to be really happy and you don't throw like a peppy 2-step in there, nobody's going to know that it's supposed to be happy because if I'm just screaming nonsense, they're going to be like, oh, this dude's angry. It's like, no, I'm really fucking happy right now. So just a whole new fucking layer, man. It's hard.
Are you a fan of Periphery at all?
I am.
Like the Juggernaut?
Yeah, Alpha
record?
And Omega and everything like that.
It's still insane to me that they like were able to do that so fluidly.
Yeah. And like I'm a huge BT Bam fan. Between the Buried and Me, I fucking love them. I don't know what any of their concepts are about besides like one, and I still like fucking love it. Like their concept, every record they have is a fucking concept record, and it's at least an hour long. It's ridiculous. I have no idea what they're about, but they're incredible.
That's like true like commitment to the art of it.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know?
That is like commitment to the fucking bit, dude.
Just to go like through like I think Periphery that it's like 16 songs or something. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Like
Yeah, because it was like a double record or some shit, like Alpha and Omega. That was the Juggernaut one, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just, I don't know, man. It's like a whole new, different layer. Like bands that can do that and do it effectively. I'm like, holy fucking shit.
I'm excited to fucking hear your guys' when it comes out.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
It's cool to know the story. Now I know the story.
Yeah, honestly, if you've never played Layers of Fear, you should go play it. It's like, it's really fucking cool. Like, it's just a visually cool experience. It's funny as fuck sometimes because it's like still a little bit buggy. But great story, great voice acting, and it was just like a great experience. So honestly, if you've never played Layers of Fear, or if you've never played Layers of Fear, you should do that. It's a really good time.
Hell yeah. Play Layers of Fear.
Do it.
And then listen to Dead Awake.
Do that too. Please.
All right. So we got some listener questions I want to get into.
Fuck.
So some of them are pretty silly. You guys are silly gooses. So Dane Slinger wants to know what turns you on. That's the drummer from Errors.
Dane.
Shout out.
Dane turns me on. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Dude, same. Watch that dude fucking rip.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, my headphones. We're good. Yeah, dude. Seeing him rip a set, crazy. But, yeah. Oh.
I did pull my mic out. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, seeing him rip a set, dude.
Crazy,
That's
bro.
hot. That's
Shout
hot,
out, Dane.
man.
You're a sexy fucker. He just posted a fucking, like, drum playing clip on Instagram, and he's in, like, short shorts and a crop top. Like, save some for the rest of us, dude.
Right.
Fuck you for being so hot. God damn it.
I guess Droogs wants to know if you'll collab on a track with him.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'd do that in a heartbeat, especially now that I'm getting back into the rap stuff and everything.
Oh,
I used to play with him with Deciphering the Zodiac, like, way back in the fucking
really?
day. Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Yeah. Used to be like he still is a hell of a vocalist and a hell of a musician, but
yeah.
This dude, like, seeing him rock a mic is crazy cool. I'd love to.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to collab with
him and I are actually going to be collabing on, like, a metal trap.
Oh, fuck
thing,
yeah.
which
Okay.
I'm pretty excited for it.
Sweet, dude. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm trying to, like, really, like, diversify, like, genres because I'm kind of, like, pigeonholed into metal right now.
Yeah, a little bit, dude.
So I'm just kind of trying to force my way into some other genres.
Yeah, dude. That's pretty much what I'm doing, too. I'm like, I need something different, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, Droogs, I'd love to collab with you.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
make it happen.
Fucking, and then Eric Weiler. You know Weiler?
Yeah. Cicada, right? Yeah.
He just said slam ?
Yes.
Yes.
Slam. Big slam. Drum
right.
go ping.
Okay. And then Luke Steffens asks, how thick is the stash and how much for a ride?
For Luke, it's free, dude. I'm just going to say it. For any of the Booty Clap boys, free rides all day. I'm fucking. And it's a little bit too thick right now. My girlfriend made it a point to point that out to me. I haven't, like, shaved in, like, a week. It's really rough right now. And I don't grow in the cheeks, so it's like a fucking neck beard, weird, like, Tony Stark goatee, but not nearly as cool. So, yeah, it's pretty thick right now. Yeah.
Dude, the stash is fucking a nice booth. Like, I feel like more deathcore people should do it.
Oh, dude, yeah. I think more people in general should do it, bro.
Do you remember, do you remember Bad Lads?
Yeah.
Do you know Vinny from Bad Lads?
Yes.
He was a stash guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But, dude, fucking rocking the stash.
Fuck
metal
yeah.
as fuck.
And I think it's like, fuck, Earth Groans, I think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got, bro, that man.
Jeremy, right?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's like the mustache that I would kill for. And Phineas, I don't know if you remember the band Phineas, like that Christian metalcore band, dude. Yeah, they were like the mustache boys for a long fucking time, dude. So I haven't seen my top lip in like 8 fucking years, dude. Like, I'm scared.
You're rocking, dude.
Thanks, brother. I'm scared to shave it. So you're fucking stuck with it. But yeah.
Okay. Did you prepare a 2 truths and a lie?
I tried. I'm kind of flying off the seat of my pants here, but I can.
Let's rock it.
Okay. I know how to juggle. I have a pet rabbit named Nugget, and I have never been out of the country.
Okay. heard you say earlier that about your rabbit, so I know that
Fuck.
one's a truth.
That's fair, yeah. What happens when we talk about pets?
So, and then what were the other two? You know how to juggle?
I know how to juggle, and I've never been out of the country.
Never been out of the country.
Might have to change the juggling one a little bit. We'll see.
I'm gonna guess. You have been out of the country.
That's correct. I have. Yes.
Where'd you go?
I don't really count this because it's America's hat, but I was in Canada when I was a kid, like a baby, so I don't remember it. That's the only reason I don't count it. But then I went to Austria and Prague my summer after my senior year of high school. I was in the Green Bay Boy Choir, and they do like an international tour every 4 years. It just so happened to happen after I graduated high school, so it was really cool. Fucking Austria and Prague is nuts.
That's
that
cool.
place is metal as fuck, dude.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Old Town Prague had this like 5-story torture museum.
Oh, Jesus.
It was fucking sick. It was like in the original castle and stuff. They're like, hey, there's the pit. We dropped the heads. And I'm like, that's fucking sick. Like, it was a really good time. Really cool time.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
So you know how to juggle?
Yeah, not well, but when I first moved to Green Bay, I didn't know how to make friends. And like, I moved around a ton, so I kind of didn't want to make any because I was like, I'm just going to fucking move again. And I joined the juggling club at the YMCA by my house. And I learned how to juggle clubs. I could do hoops, like the regular beanbag shit. I could do 4 balls at one point.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude,
Damn.
4 balls, not an easy feat. Not an easy feat. And I did have a unicycle for a while. I could never ride it, but I did have
Damn.
one. Oh, dude, that shit hurt. Like, it's so bad, dude. I face planted on that shit so many times.
Oh, I believe it.
Hurt so bad. But yeah, I still know how to juggle a little bit, so sometimes I'll just pull that out randomly.
Would you ever do that on stage? Like,
Honestly, yeah, I
just
would.
out of nowhere, like during a breakdown, just start like, watch this shit, bitches. Fucking-
That's a great. Bet you didn't see this coming. That's a great fucking idea. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna get 3 beers and just juggle them around, drop one, and Stone Cold Steve Austin the other
There
2.
you go.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Rock on.
Oh yeah, dude. All right, well, we're coming to the end here.
All right.
This has been a great one, dude.
Yeah, dude, I've been having a great time.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really glad that I was able to like come out and shit too. Like
Yeah.
we've been talking about this for a minute.
Thanks
so,
for making it out,
dude, yeah, any
You're
fucking time.
probably, honestly, so far, like, one of the most requested guests.
Damn, really?
honestly. Like, I've gotten requests for you a lot.
Shit.
So
People like me? Thanks, guys. Thank you.
So hell yeah.
Hell
Glad
yeah,
we
dude.
made it work.
Yeah.
So my wrap-up question
Mhm.
is, if you could go back in time to when, I mean, we kind of talked about this, but I guess try to give like a little bit different of an answer and
Yeah.
do think of more like, I guess, personal to you.
Mhm.
But if you could go back in time to when you started in music and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Honestly, that's a really hard one. We kind of talked about it a little bit before, so I'm trying to think of something a little bit different. Honestly, I think it's just, I would just tell myself, like, this can be bigger than you think it can be, you know? Because I was always so, like, yeah, I'm playing shows in town. Like, I'm really happy doing this. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Like, we're basically a regional band right now, and I'm super happy with it, you know? So, honestly, just, like, going back and being like, hey, keep your head up. Like, this is going to be bigger than you could have ever imagined. Never thought I'd get signed. Never thought we'd break 1 million streams on a song. Never thought I'd be able to tour. Like, just kind of giving myself that hope so I didn't think I was, like, wasting my time and really getting into my head about it. Because, you know, like, when you have a parent telling you that it's not worth it, you know, somebody that you look up to who's, like, raised you and shit like that, you kind of start to believe it after a little while. So I'd just be like, dude, just stick with it. Like, it can be, like, the possibilities are endless. If I would have known what the possibilities were, I feel like it would have been a lot of a different outlook. Like, instead of being like, yeah, you're probably right to my dad, or just, like, taking it to heart and moving into the corner, you know, and just, like, kind of sulking, I would have been like, nah, you'll see. You'll see. You know, like I'll pay your mortgage one day. Don't even fucking worry. And then I picked metal, so there's no way that's happening. Sorry, Dad. But yeah, you know, it's just, Yeah, it can be bigger than you ever think, you know? Like, you might be like, oh, this is just a garage band. We're just going to play some shit. But that's when, like, the real stuff, like, happens. When it's meant to happen, it'll happen. And it took over a decade for me to find a band that shit actually worked with. And, you know, just going back and letting myself know that, like, opportunities are endless. You can make it. You can do it.
Hell yeah. That's a great piece of advice.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks for coming on,
yeah,
man.
Of course. No problem.
This is fucking sick.
Dude, yes. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm a dork. Before I go, shout out Vapid Soul. I forgot to mention them.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Vapid Soul.
I can't believe I forgot to mention them. Dillon Greenhill's like one of my best friends, and I love that whole conglomeration of Dillons. But yeah. So, yeah, dude. Vapid fucking Soul. Keep an eye out for them, dude. That EP is fucking nuts.
We got some shit that I'll tell you about after this.
Fuck y'all. I get the inside scoop. Let's go.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Hell yeah. Thanks for tuning in to the Midwest Slamcast, everybody. This has been episode 11 with Dillon James Hare.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.